Okay, so we're taking a look at Kingdom Come Deliverance. Kind of on the very surface looks like sort of hacky slashy medieval typical thing, but in reality it's quite a bit more than that. There's a lot of realism going along with it. One of the first things that I really wanted to mention was the fact that this is so heavily based on real life and real history. How long did it take for you guys to find out all of the facts and the locations and how everything was set up? I mean, it must have been crazy.
600 years actually, because we are telling a story that happened 600 years ago. So we have a full-time historian, and you are right, we had, before we even started to develop this game, we had to do a lot of research work. And I can't tell you a specific date how long we did that, but well, we still do. So, for example, you saw a monastery we are showing we will have in the game, and while writing the quest lines, we had to think about, could a guy actually in medieval times go into a monastery? And the answer was no. So we had to think about, okay, how can we make him go there? So there are compromises, of course, but we try to stick to the truth. We try to tell a story that really happened and fill it with an epic story you can actually play there and experience, and that's what you can see in Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Fantastic. And one of the other things, again, I think is staying with the realism of the game is the armor, the way that works. It's not just, oh, hey, I found this awesome chest piece lying in this bottom of this chest at the end of someone's garden, throw that on, happy days. You've got multiple layers and they all interact differently. Can you explain around that a little bit?
Of course. We have a so-called physical collision system where we calculate the exact hit of your weapon against the part of armor you're hitting, meaning that if you're completely naked and you have a helmet on and I bash you on the helmet, you will survive, but if I poke you in the stomach, you will die. And that's the point what we do in Kingdom Come. So we are just and only calculating the specific part you're hitting. So we have a layering system where you can put different types of armor over each other. Full plate is good against swords, gambesons are good against blunt weapons, and with this combination you create your custom armor, and this will protect you. So if you have full plate armor but no helmet, and this guy will hit you in the head, you will die. So armor is not some kind of crazy number in your inventory anymore, but it's really something that saves your life if you choose the right fabric, if you choose the right type of armor against the right type of weapon. And that's what we also want, that you think about, okay, there are some kind of bandits, rather take a sword because they have light armor, for example, or there are soldiers with swords, I would rather take a full plate because that's good against swords. So these kind of things is something you should always consider before fighting.
Fantastic. So again, it's a lot more sort of planning, and again, sticking to that realism, which is probably something that really shines through in this game over possibly anything else. One of the other things as well, the combat's very unique, again, like linking through to the way that you were talking about, hitting someone in the head and that's how they die, or in the stomach if they've got no body armor. So you can choose specifically which area you're striking. So can you explain about how that works?
Of course, you need that because we need you to aim for the right spots, right? So you have 5 different ways where you can attack, 5.5. So you have the head, the left right shoulder, the bottom left right, and stabbing. So it's like 5.5 ways where you can attack. And if you combine them, well, you can freely choose from where you want to attack. You see he has no helmet, then of course attack his head. And if you combine them in a smart way, those attacks, you can even unlock or execute deadly combos, like throw him on the ground, stabbing him with a knife, shield smash him, and all these kind. Half swording, if some of you know that, is like grabbing the blade and beating him with the pommel, and all these things are happening with combining those different ways. And it's cool because we even, again, try to be historically accurate. We invited real sword fighters to the studio who are doing nothing else than sword fighting all day, and they showed us how soldiers or people fought in the 15th century, so they helped us to translate medieval manuscripts about fighting and stuff. And we think and we believe that this Kingdom Come Deliverance has the best depiction of medieval sword or fencing ever displayed in a video game, and that's what you can try out there.
And the other thing as well, like, again, I can't help but keep on the realism aspect because there's a lot of realism in this, but the art around as well. You have time-specific art that's based on real art that's still around, slightly damaged but still around. There's again, so you have an artist working specifically to recreate that feeling.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we have a full plate armor. We have a full-time historian. That's what I wanted to say.
In full plate armor.
In full plate armor. She's sitting there in full plate armor. No, we have a full-time historian, and yes, you are right. We try to be historically accurate. So it's not only the questing checking. She's double and triple checking all the design elements, but it's also all the buildings, all the castles, all the churches and monasteries are buildings which are still existing today, kind of, in today's Czech Republic and Central Europe, or are already destroyed and we had to recreate them. So this is a setting that really looked like that in the year 1403. And on the other hand, well, we have an epic story we place inside that's based on a true story. So we'll have, it's something like an history lesson kind of you can play through, but it's not a boring history lesson because you can kill people, right? So it's an epic story placed in a real setting, in a real historical events, and you will have the chance to see this through your own eyes. You can't change history, that's given, but you can shape it very, very, very hard, and you can pretty much do whatever you want in this setting and in this area and era.
Awesome. And the thing I like to ask people is, what is your favourite part about this game? Like, maybe it might just be an item, a location. Like, what thing do you think, you know what, I'm really proud of that being in the game?
Definitely, my absolute favorite part is the combat system, because I'm playing this game for 2 years already, and I'm fighting in this game for 2 years already. But after, every fight is extremely tough because you have to always think about what type of weapon do I use, and the fighting is really, really hard in this game. And what I like most about it, even though I play it already after for 2 years, I still have this feeling of I won, because it's like every fight is like super hard, and when you really fight and win, it's like this feeling like, whoa, I really did some hard work right now, and I really won, and it's like this rewarding feeling like, yes, I did it. And that's what I like most about Kingdom Come, that you have, even after 2 years fighting and showing it to you, for example, I still have this. You saw me in the presentation, I still was not perfect in it because I got beaten up, kind of.
Not perfect. He got his ass kicked. I'm going to be perfectly honest here. He got his ass absolutely kicked.
But add that I won. I still won in the beginning, yeah? I did, but it was.
He quit out of the game. That's winning. So last thing. Releasing. When can we hope to actually get our hands on this game, to play it for ourselves and experience this fantastic historical universe you've made for us?
If you visit kingdomcomerpg.com, which is our homepage, you can. Beep. you can get the beta, which is already out, but the final game is the release window is 2017. We have a big release window, so next
December
year.
31st, 2017. You heard.
That's what you said.
Yeah, but no, thank you very much for spending time talking to us, and we're looking forward to playing this for ourselves.
Thank you very much.